There's a factory in South Korea that runs 24 hours a day producing smartphones. It assembles 500 devices per hour with 0 defects. And if you walk through it right now, you wouldn't see a single human being. The last worker left 3 years ago. This isn't the future. It's happening right now, and it's spreading to every industry. Work is disappearing, not slowly. Fast. And most people don't see it coming because they're watching the wrong numbers. They see unemployment rates staying low. They see new jobs being created. They think the economy's fine. But look closer. The new jobs are temporary. The stable careers are vanishing, and the trajectory is clear. AI and automation are eliminating human labor faster than new work appears. Within 20 years, most jobs will be gone, not some jobs. Most jobs. The factory workers, the truck drivers, the retail clerks, the office workers, the customer service reps, all replaced by systems that work better and cost less. And this time, it's different. Previous automation replaced muscle. Machines did physical work, while humans did thinking work. But AI replaces thinking. There's no higher level work to move to because machines think better than we do. So, where do the workers go? Nowhere. They just stop working. And society has to figure out what to do with billions of people who used to work but do yuent anymore, because work does yuent exist. This creates problems nobody solved. First, economic. How do people survive without wages? Universal basic income sounds good until you calculate the cost of supporting entire populations that produce nothing. The math doesn't work unless the automated economy generates enough wealth to support everyone. Maybe it will. Maybe AI-driven productivity will create so much value that everyone can live comfortably without working. That's the optimistic scenario. But there's a darker possibility. The wealth goes to whoever owns the automation, and everyone else gets enough to survive, but not enough to thrive. A permanent underclass of former workers living on minimal support, while a tiny elite controls everything. Second, psychological. Humans weren't built for lives without work. Work gives structure to your day, purpose to your time, identity to your life. You're a teacher, a builder, a nurse. That's who you are. Take away work, and you lose all of that. People without work report higher depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. Even wealthy people who don't need to work often feel aimless without it. And they chose not to work. Imagine billions of people who want to work but can't because work no longer exists. What do they do with themselves? Some will find hobbies, create art, pursue interests, build meaning outside of economic contribution. But most won't. Because hobbies feel different when they're all you have. When there's no work to balance them against. When there's no economic purpose to your existence, hobbies become empty. You can only distract yourself from purposelessness for so long. Third, social. Work has always been how we organize society. Where you work determines where you live. Who you work with becomes your social circle. Your job determines your status. Remove work, and all of that collapses. Communities fragment. Social hierarchies disappear. The entire structure that held society together breaks down, and nobody knows what replaces it. Maybe new social organizations emerge. Maybe people find purpose in things that aren't work. Maybe humanity adapts and discovers that work was never necessary for meaning. Or maybe people drift, isolated in their homes, consuming entertainment, going through the motions of existence without ever feeling like they matter. A world without workers isn't necessarily a world without people, but it might be a world without purpose. And here's what makes it inevitable. The transition has already started. Every company is looking at its workforce and calculating how much they can automate. Every CEO knows that AI workers are cheaper than human workers. Every shareholder demands the efficiency that only automation provides. So the pressure is enormous. Automate or get out. Replace workers or lose to companies that do. This isn't a choice anymore. It's survival, and workers are losing. The last worker will disappear sometime in the next 50 years, maybe sooner. Not because they died, but because their jobs ceased to exist. And when that happens, when every factory runs without workers, when every service is automated, when every function is performed by AI, humanity will face a question it's never answered. What are people for if they're not for working? And we better figure out the answer. Because the world without workers is coming whether we're ready or not. The last worker will clock out. The lights will stay on. The machines will keep running. And billions of people will wake up the next morning with nothing to do and no idea what they are supposed to become. A world without workers. It sounds like freedom. It might be prison, and we're about to find out which.